Casey Stadium. UAlbany going to start with the ball here tonight. Going to get their 4th overall win of the year. Army would like to make it their 6th. Game number 12 for both these teams as UAlbany starts it off, and we are underway here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium on the campus of the University of Albany on ESPN+. There's Saad Faze, number 11, disrupting already. Ball out of bounds. It'll be an Army throw-in. He's got to watch on the ball with his dribbling and off the ball in his pursuit and pressure. Throw in by number 20, George Pitsalidis. Great Danes possess. That's number 18, Lovro Horvat. Sam Phillip, number 5, who's been rock solid this season at center back for the Great Danes. He's been a brick wall virtually for these other teams to try and get by. There's Jackson Finn in pursuit, headed away by number 2, DeAnthony Brown of Army. Flick over by number 11, Gage Guerra. Sure we'll be calling his name a lot tonight for Army. Army clears it upfield, kicked back by number 2, Neophitos Scotus. Whistle blown, Army will keep possession. There's number 14, Jackson Finn. Obviously had that big goal against UMBC. Gave the Great Danes the 1-0 win. Goalie tonight is Tomas Hutt for Army, the sophomore, 6'3", from Nutley, New Jersey. And he punts it way downfield. Sam Phillip gets ahead on it. Ball's with number 17, Jack Meyer, the midfielder, trying to get around 3 white shirts on the Great Danes. Army in the black and gold, the Great Danes in the white and purple. Cleared all the way back to the center back, number 4, Jack Eat. Army with possession. Not for long as that's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Great Danes. Taken by number 20, George Pitsalidis. Finn tries to win the header. Army victorious. Saad Faze with the ball. Back out to Pitsalidis in the right back position to start. Flick on by Bauman. Finn down the right. Yeah, the Great Danes are 2-0-2 here at home this season. Army is 2-1-3 on the road. Something we'll obviously give tonight, unless it ends in a draw. Ball with Horvat. Over to the left side. Looking for Jeff Thielman. Max Wilhelm over there. Ball headed back by number 17, Pantelis Pantelli. Shafiq Wilson comes out to clear. Again, Wilson leads the America East Conference in save percentage. First among all 7 other goalies in the America East. Scotus. That's Jack Meyer, number 17, good midfielder, good with possession for the Black Knights. Ball with number 8, Coleman Kim. Plays alongside Jack Meyer. He swings it, switches possession, switches field. Nice pass as Army possessions on their right side. Long ball over to the left side. In between, Shafiq Wilson comes out, loses control. Jack Meyer has it's blocked. It looks like they might have gotten Army for offsides, number 17, Jack Meyer. A little bit of a dangerous ball bouncing around. Shafiq Wilson will have a free kick. Wilson clears it. Pitsalidis forward, looking for Jackson Finn. Max Wilhelm. Finn, Faze over on the right. At speed, heavily pursuing Jack Meyer. There's Gage Guerra, 7 goals, 2 assists on the season. Pantelli with the ball, number 17 for the Great Danes. Taking space, taking dribbles. Nice find on the left. That's Max Wilhelm. Wilhelm is intercepted by number 10, Sam Epidome. Jack Meyer, he's been busy. That pass is down the right side. Army with a chance early. It's Guerra, and he shoots it high over the crossbar. Gage Guerra getting into some space down the right-hand side. And there he is, number 11, our impact player, just before kickoff. And you can see why, showcasing the speed and athleticism down the right side of the field here. One more look, Sam Phillip and Lovro Horvat in pursuit. Great Danes might be a bit lucky as he skied it over the crossbars. We're now 5 minutes in here on ESPN+. Shafiq Wilson with the goal kick. Headed by Bauman. One back by Army. Not quite saved by Guerra. And boys, he already covered a lot of ground and been all over the place through the first 6 minutes. Pizzolitas with a long throw down the right-hand side. Jackson Finn, flick-on header. Jeff Thielman over there. Dominic Bauman, center midfielder from Germany, number 13. Very good at controlling the ball and keeping possession for these Great Danes. That's Thielman, number 7. Gives it off to Pizzolitas. Bauman, number 13. Centers it. Scotus, long ball down the left, looking for Max Wilhelm. And the Great Danes are going to have a corner side phase. Number 11 going over to take it. Brandon Bryant, number 23 for the Army Black Knights, was in pursuit and forced the ball out of bounds for a Great Danes corner. Phase to take. On the far side for the Great Danes. Swung in. Ball doesn't touch anybody. To the right side, it's Sam Phillip, number 5. He will resend. Ball long over to the left side. Nobody really on the receiving end for the Great Danes. Back out to number 17, Pantelis Pantelli, all the way back to number 20, George Pizzolitas. Sam Phillip, number 5. Almost a miscommunication. Max Wilhelm steps up and receives. Great Danes getting a nice possession together here after Army had possessed for a majority of the first 5 minutes. It's the first of a 3-game homestand for the Great Danes, as they will host New Hampshire on Friday, Colgate a week from today, next Tuesday. New Hampshire obviously being a America East Conference game. Colgate will be non-conference, just like Army is tonight. Ball cleared away by number 2, Neophitos Scotus. Number 2. Last home game saw some limited minutes. Did I get the start in place of typically number 3, Tiago Diaz. Number 3, Nick Atkinson to throw in for Army. Intercepted. Piece the cleat might have gotten number 11 side face. Free kick taken quickly. UAlbany back with it. It is Pantelli going back to Lovro Horvat. He and Sam Phillip in the center back positions. Pantelli at right back. Wilhelm at left back. Sod phase with a long shot, and it's right at Tomas Hutt. Hutt had it covered. Hutt, the sophomore keeper from New Jersey, wears number 0. Shafiq Wilson, the junior goalie from Ontario, Canada, wears number 1. Out for the ball, it's going to be number 17, Jack Meyer with it for the Black Knights. Back to number 2, DeAnthony Brown. Number 16, Dylan Mitchener. Right side to Nick Atkinson, up the wing, looking for Brandon Bryant, who's up top with Gage Guerra. And it'll be an Army throw. Closing in on 10 minutes through this first half of play. Nick Atkinson, the junior defender from Raleigh, North Carolina. Throws in, it's a long throw, attempted to be flicked on, headed out, possessed by number 8, Sam Epitome. That ball cleared out by number 7, Jeff Thielman, the junior forward from Germany. Good pursuit by Jackson Finn, number 14. And we got a whistle here. Player down for the Great Danes. Couldn't really see what happened. It's number 23, Max Wilhelm, freshman defender from Suez, Germany. One of 3 Germans in the starting lineup, along with Dominic Baumann, midfielder number 13, and Jeff Thielman, forward number 7. Again, Max Wilhelm, number 23, is down just over 10 minutes through the first half of play. Relatively even so far. Forward for the Army Black Knights, number 11, Gage Guerra, had the lone chance of the game and the lone shot on target, along with Saad Faze. How fitting, both impact players, both number 11, both sophomores, and both forwards have the game's both shots on goal. UAlbany preparing for a substitution. It is number 4, Lucas Watt, the sophomore from Quebec, Canada. Watt standing on the sidelines as Max Wilhelm is still yet to get up. And again, the Great Danes will host New Hampshire this Friday at 7, and the following Tuesday they will host Colgate. Army 3-1 in the Patriot League. The Great Danes 2-0-1 in the America East. Army just with 1 loss in conference play. Great Danes have yet to lose, coming off of the 0-0 draw or tie at Binghamton. And what was a defensive battle, to say the least. Wilhelm slow, but gets up. A little staggered to his feet. That's a good sign. Head coach Trevor Gorman right alongside with him. Wilhelm's been busy. A vital role in that left back position for this Great Danes defense. Instrumental role and reason why they haven't allowed a goal in the last 3 consecutive games. He's slow to get off. In comes Lucas Watt, number 4. Hope Wilhelm's okay. Might have gotten hit in the head. Don't know for certain. Didn't get a good look at it, but Wilhelm is okay, it appears, for now. On the sidelines, Lucas Watt is in, number 4. Back underway as the Black Knights of Army possess the ball. Here's Gage Guerra. Very dangerous. Doesn't matter how many guys are around him. He can still possess the ball and keep it going. That's to Nick Atkinson, the right back. Center backs for the Black Knights are number 4, Jack Eaton, and number 18, Max. Number 16, excuse me, Dylan Mitchener. Jackson Finn down the left side, cleared out. And the DeAnthony Brown as well on the defense for the Black Knights. Just over 11 minutes in, it'll be Lucas Watt. Came into the game just a minute ago for Max Wilhelm. He'll be in that left back position. Sam Phillip, who has been great thus far in this 2022 season. A long ball floated on the left side, headed away, cleared away by Army. Possession passed back by Scotus to Horvat. Up the left side, Nick Atkinson clears it with his head. Jeff Thielman possesses, number 7, if the Great Danes lays it off. Back to Lucas Watts. And that pass too firm from Neophytos Scotus. Army with possession in there and good pursuit. They get the ball away. It's going to be a throw in near midfield for the Great Danes. Lucas Watt will throw. George Pizzolidis, right back of the Great Danes, number 20 with the ball. Pizzolidis passing up. There's number 11, Saad Faze. Faze to Dominic Ballman. Ballman looks to have tripped. No contact, therefore no whistle from the official. Number 10, Sam Epitome. That's intercepted. Cleared up and handled by Tomas Hutt. Again, a beautiful night for some soccer, beautiful fall night. Temperature around 56, 57 degrees here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium on ESPN+. Michael Johnson Jr. here with you. Saad Faze with it near midfield in that right wing position, gives it to Dominic Bauman. And they're going to call a foul on number 8, Coleman Kim, the junior midfielder. Does not warrant a card. Bauman appears to be okay. Pantelis Pantelli on the free kick, and the official is going to make sure Brandon Bryant is a safe enough distance away. Look at the replay here again. Faze the pass to Bauman. And yeah, he was caught by Coleman Kim there on the near the knee of his left leg. Bauman with it. Through ball with his left. That one goes out of play. Tomas Hutt will have a goal kick. And with that stoppage, I'd like to remind everybody the America East Conference is a premier NCAA Division I athletic conference whose mission centers around its commitment to building the complete student athlete. America East provides its member schools and their athletic programs a platform upon which student athletes can achieve both collegiate and life success through the promotion and nurturing of athletic excellence, academic achievement, and leadership on and off the field. Learn more at americaeast.com. Coleman Kim passes back into the corner. That's going to be an interception for Saad Faze. Passed back to Scotus. Over to Horvat. Horvat in the middle, Scotus. Careful there. Ball deflected off both Great Danes. Sam Phillip is there with Gage Guerra in pursuit. Shafiq Wilson clears up as it's headed away by DeAnthony Brown, number 2 for Army. Sam Phillip header intercepted by Coleman Kim, number 8. Kim with the pass up to number 10, Sam Epitome. Epitome down the left side with a chance here for Army. Got to send it in, and that might have gotten a foot of Shafiq Wilson. He was looking for Brandon Bryant, number 23, who was in that box. Dangerous run. Ball swung in by the right back, Nick Atkinson, handled by Shafiq Wilson, who again leads the America East in save percentage. He's had a nice year, the junior keeper for the Great Danes. There he is, number 1 from Ontario, Canada. Boots it upfield. Jackson Finn with a nice header. Pantelli finds Lucas Watt. Flick on the left side. That's Dominic Bauman. Great Danes have it on the left side. Bauman. A lot of touches for Dominic Bauman, number 13, center midfielder for Germany. Sam Phillip. Phillip from New Zealand, number 5. Vital, important piece to this defense, the center back. Deflection on the attempted pass by Pantelli. Now George Pizzolidis has it down the right side with DeAnthony Brown in pursuit. Lays it off for Jeff Thielman, swung in, headed clear. Game starting to open up, a lot of chances here. Jeff Thielman's going to take a shot at it. It goes through the uprights, but it is over the crossbar. There's Jeff Thielman, number 7 for the UAlbany Great Danes, junior forward from Homburg, Germany, Bad Homburg, Germany. 17 minutes in here on ESPN+. The Army Black Knights visiting the UAlbany Great Danes at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium in a non-conference game. Ball headed away from Army by Dominic Bauman. Advantage played. Here's Bauman taking his space. Side face, the lefty with it. And a nice steal by DeAnthony Brown, wearing the captain's armband, the left back for Army. Brown with a throw-in on Army's defensive side. Faze again, there's that off-ball movement, gets it down the right wing, away from Brown. Dangerous ball. Bauman with it. Pizzolita, Sam Phillip. Almost what could have been a turnover. Jack Meyer going for it. Lucas Watt with a nice adjustment, maintains possession for the Great Danes. It's a little back and forth now. Great Danes have it. Long ball, probably intended for Faze, but intercepted by DeAnthony Brown, who's been really busy now. George Pizzolitis is pursued by Sam Epitome. As it's Epitome, Bryant, and Guerra, the three forwards for Army. Finn, Faze, and Thielman, the three forwards for UAlbany. And Lucas Watt is pursued. And it's going to be a foul from behind. And Lucas Watt's now face-to-face with Cooper Warren, number 6. And I'm pretty sure Warren took exception to Lucas Watt kicking the ball while he was laying down. And the official warrants a yellow card to Lucas Watt, who has only been in the game for 9 minutes. Another look here. Watt, probably frustrated, gets it taken, fouls Cooper Warren from behind, and then kicks the ball off his lower back. And Warren obviously gets up frustrated. A deserving yellow card for Lucas Watt. Got to be careful now as he's got a yellow with 19 minutes exactly through the first half. It's going to be a free kick. Cooper Warren will take it. Warren swings it in. Header flicked on by number 17, Jack Meyer. The freshman goes wide to the left. UAlbany lucky. That was a good ball by Atkinson, the right back. Shafiq Wilson will clear for the Great Danes. He's got a booming leg, as does Tomas Hutt. Wilson gets it up there pretty good. Right to Bauman, but Jack Meyer possesses, and that's up to Nick Atkinson. Lucas Watt now with the yellow card. It's going to have a tough assignment guarding Gage Guerra. Going to have to be careful. Guerra has 7 goals and 2 assists. That's a nice 1-2 to Cooper Warren. Skipping pass, misses left. Some good ball movement and passing by Army. Yeah, Army's going to have a corner kick. Must have taken a little bit of a deflection as it bounced off the left side. Cooper Warren, number 6, will take. Army has a corner kick, left side, near side here on their offensive side. Warren headed clear. That's out to Bryant. Sorry, Sam Epitome. Epitome to Jack Meyer. Meyer clears back to Tomas Hutt. Army will reset. Hutt to the midfield. Swallowed up by Scotus, number 2, for the Great Danes. Bauman has it, number 13, slipping again in this same area on the right side. A couple nice moves by Bauman. 1-2. That one a miscue. Had a good solo run there. Was looking for Thielman. Couldn't find him. Lucas Watt. Here's George Pizzolitis. Over to Shafiq Wilson. Wilson, a long sky kick looking for Jeff Thielman on that left wing position. Scotus, header. They're going to get a foul on the far side by Army. I believe that was number 23, Brandon Bryant. Great Danes will have a free kick. Again, first meeting between these teams since October 27th, 2004, where they played a scoreless tie through 90 minutes, regulation, and 10 minutes of overtime. Great Danes, Rodrigo Marion scored the winner in the 104th minute. So this is the first meeting in nearly 18 years, almost to the day, between the two sides. Scoreless in the 22nd minute here on ESPN+. Saad Faiz lays it off. Or number 17 on the Great Danes, Pantelis Pantelli. Shafiq clears, that is too far. On the left side. Substitution as Army will have two players coming into the game. First, number 27, it is Jacob Lee. The forward, he comes in for number 10, Sam Epitome. Jacob Lee into the game.
Army substitution for number 10, Sam Epitome. Number 27, Jacob Lee. Number 27, Jacob Lee for number 10, Sam Epitome in the 23rd minute.
We got another substitution here as Army has another player entering the game. This is going to be number 15, Joey Hickson, in for number 23, Brandon Bryant. So Hickson and Lee entering. Head coach for Army, Brian Plotkin, making a double forward substitution. Army wants a handball. No handball there.
Brandon Bryant, number 15,
DeAnthony Brown.
Hickson for Bryant in the 23rd minute.
Army with possession, flicked on, Pizzolidis header backing up. Here's Jacob Lee with some fresh legs. Try to see if he can expose this Great Danes defense, who's been rock solid, no goals given up so far in the month of October, and really going back into September, their last 3 games. Last time they conceded a goal was on the road when they lost 5-3 at Rhode Island. Army coming off of a game where they had a shutout as well in a 2-0 win over Navy. Long ball delivered in, dangerous, it drops. They're gonna get a foul on number 11, Gage Guerra. Almost got that header over Shafiq Wilson, couldn't quite. Ref calls a foul, obviously does not warrant a card, just 1 yellow card in the game. That's to the left back, number 4, Lucas Watt, who came into the game for Max Wilhelm, who typically, the freshman, number 23, plays left back, but suffered an injury just 10 minutes into this contest. Wilson. Jackson Finn, 6'3", big vertical, tough to win a header against him. Saad Faiz going 1-on-3, wins that matchup. Pantelli, Watt overlapping Thielman. Thielman floats it in. Faiz looking. Pantelli pursuing. Number 11, Gage Guerra, now backed up into the defensive side, still possessing the ball. Turned. And that's going to be a challenge that could warrant a card. That's number 17, Jack Meyer. And it looked like he got number 4, Lucas Watt. And that's a yellow card. Jack Meyer, number 17, the midfielder, the freshman from Southlake, Texas. And it's a red card. Excuse me, a red card given to Jack Meyer. And Army is going to be short a man halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through this first half, 25 minutes in. A red card given. Here's the challenge again to number 17, Jack Meyer. Yeah, spikes high, dangerous tackle, almost into the left calf of Lucas Watt, number 4. Really a reckless challenge. And Jacob Meyer, who was having a relatively nice game so far, you hope that Watt is okay, being checked out by the trainer. That is not going to feel good. Army now down to 10 men. This is a big potential momentum shifting moment in the first half of this match. As again, number 17, Jack Meyer, freshman midfielder from Southlake, Texas, just received a red card for the Army Black Knights on a challenge where his cleats got the left leg or calf area of that guy right there, number 4, Lucas Watt. Watt has a yellow card himself. Good sign that he's okay walking off without really a noticeable limp. Army down to 10 men.
Card issued, number 17, Jack Meyer, in the 25th minute. Red card, number 17, Meyer, 25th minute for Army.
See if Army has to adjust their defensive formation here. See what Brian Plotkin does to adjust. Now down a man, down a midfielder, as Jack Meyer received a red card. Back underway. That ball cleared out of bounds by number 2, Neophytos Scotus. Goal kick for Tomas Hutt and Army. Hutt to clear. Approaching minute 26. Hutt as well as Shafiq Wilson. Booming kick on these goal kicks. Captain D'Anthony Brown with the header. Pizzolita shielding. He's got number 27, Jacob Lee, all over him. They're going to call that on Pizzolitis, as Army will get a free kick here. Starting to see this game open up, and that, with the game opening up, brings a little bit more physicality. Seeing that from both sides. Nice pass from Cooper Warren down the right side to Nick Atkinson, number 3. Right side, pass blocked. Zest in her own box. Horvat over to Shafiq Wilson. Jackson Finn has it. Flicked on, intercepted, cleared Jack Eaton. Whistle by the referee. It's going to be UAlbany's ball. Pantelli, quick free kick. Takes it. Horvat down the right side. Looking for side face. Headed out by, I believe that was off of D'Anthony Brown. It was. Great Danes have a throw. Potential scoring chance again. UAlbany with a one-man advantage. Jack Meyer received a red card in the 25th minute for a challenge on Lucas Watt. Thrown in by Pantelli, or sorry, Pizzolitis, number 20. Sam Phillip, number 5, backs up. Passes to the center to Horvat. Nice find to Pantelli. Flick over to Pizzolitis. Great Danes at business. Pizzolitis, sweeping ball in. Jackson Finn, too strong. Phase, that shot is blocked. Nice block by Dylan Mitchener. Great Danes preparing to bring a triple substitution. Has number 21, Andrew Weiner, number 15, Ryan Palmbaum, and number 8, Caleb Valance, all coming in for the Great Danes. Triple substitution by Trevor Gorman. Getting some fresh legs in here, see if they can expose the hole, the missing piece of Jack Meyer in this Black Knights midfield and defense. Out of play. Sam Phillip, the rock of this UAlbany defense. Phillip through ball. Is it too much? Palmbaum is there, number 15. It takes a deflection off of D'Anthony Brown. Palmbaum coming in, wins the Great Danes a corner here in the 29th minute. Sent in, and it is deflected. Still bouncing around. Great Danes with a chance. Ball is blocked. Cleared. Those bouncing balls always dangerous, especially if they're in front of the goal. It's going to be a throw-in for Army. Nick Atkinson to take. Atkinson down the right side. UAlbany wants a push in the back, is not called by the official. You are seeing some fouls started to be called. Pantelli in the middle of it. Number 8, Coleman Kim is down, and also number 27, Jacob Lee. Lee was the one, I believe, was tangled up by Pantelli. Holding his lower back area. All players are up. Everybody okay. 15 minutes to play in the first half here on ESPN Plus. Army at UAlbany at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium. Cooper Warren to swing in. It's cleared. Here's a potential chance, and not able to corral it was number 8, Caleb Valance, and cleared back by Coleman Kim. Shafiq Wilson gets it, the goalkeeper for the Great Danes. Horvath over to Phillip. Possessed by Lucas Watts. He can't corral it. Army will have a throw. And substitution coming here for the Black Knights. Number 24 enters the game. That's Eric Luskin, the freshman midfielder from Long Valley, New Jersey.
Army substitution for number 6, Cooper Warren. Number 24, Eric Luskin. Luskin in for Warren in the 31st minute.
Throw in for Atkinson. Headed clear by Lucas Watts. Number 21, Andrew Weiner scored the first goal in UAlbany's last home game against Bryant. 1 of 3. The Great Danes won 3-0. 2-0-1 in their last 3. 2-0-1 overall in the America East Conference. Army 3-1-1 in the Patriot League, coming off a 2-0 victory over Navy. Swung over to Palmbaum, a nice header, intercepted. Here's number 27, Jacob Lee. Lee's got some speed. That's why he was subbed in by Brian Plotkin. That's a nice ball by Coleman Kim. He's looking for number 7, Atef Sakazwe. Substitution for Army. There's Sakazwe, number 7. Out of bounds, that's going to be a throw-in for the Great Danes.
Number 14, Drew Clement.
Drew Clement into the game.
In the 33rd minute.
Drew Clement again subbed in for number 8, Coleman Kim. Clement, junior midfielder from Lewis Center, Ohio. Into the game for Army as we are 33 minutes in to the first half between Army and UAlbany in a scoreless game. UAlbany with a throw. It's a long throw by Lucas Watt. And there's Clement getting a touch already. Headed forward. Shafiq Wilson gets it from number 15, Joey Hickson.
Number 26, Nicholas Desjardins, and number 10, Giuliano Luca.
And number 26, Nicholas Desjardins enters the game. Horvath over to Watts, chipped forward to number 21, Andrew Weiner. Weiner trying to save it, he does. Has Jack Eaton in pursuit of him and wins the Great Danes a throw-in down the left side. There's number 21, Andrew Weiner. Junior forward from North Belmore, New York for the Great Danes. Thrown in, a long throw intended for Weiner. There's number 26, Desjardins, freshman midfielder from Quebec, Canada. Nicola Desjardins. Desjardins with it, fancy skill there. There's Lucas Watt. Up the middle to number 10, Giuliano Luca. Forgot to mention he was subbed in, senior midfielder from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Giuliano Luca into the game now for the Great Dance as well. Subbed on the minute or two ago, number 10. Watt throws it in to number 2, Neofito Scotus. Great Danes doing a nice job possessing. Again, they are up a man. You're starting to see that now, generating some nice quality possession. Got to get some offensive chances to show for that here. There's number 15, Ryan Palmbaum. Sam Phillip with it. Phillip over to Horvat, number 18. Long kick to the left side, intercepted. Official blew his whistle. It's going to be a goal kick for Tomas Hutt. Headed by Scotus. Atkinson with it. That's to number 16, Dylan Mitchner. Eaton, long ball up. Looking for Joey Hickson. And Max Andrews, number 18, the freshman defender from Wilton, Connecticut. Obviously not agreeing with the official's call. He thought it was a goal kick. But Army has a corner. It will be taken by number 24, Eric Luskin. Luskin. Ball bounces around, shot by number 14. They're going to call a foul. Whistle blows. It was Giuliano Luca who's down. Gets right back up. That whistle was on number 14, Drew Clement. 37 minutes in here on ESPN+. Lovro Horvat. Earlier was number 18, Lovro Horvat for the Great Danes. Number 18 on the Black Knights of Army's Max Andrews. Number 18, Lovro Horvat has been doing a nice job so far in this first half alongside Sam Phillip, both in the center back position for UAlbany. Number 2, the captain for Army, DeAnthony Brown, senior defender in the left back position from Lake Mary, Florida. Headed forward. It'll be Great Danes ball. Pitsalitas with a long throw. They're going to get a foul here on the Great Danes, as Dylan Mitchner, number 16, was fouled by, I believe that was number 10, Giuliano Luca. Tomas Hutt with a goal kick. Boots it right around just past midfield, headed up by Luca. Scotus. Flicked back by Sakazwe. And there's a foul by Army again. Fouls start to pile up here for Army. That's another one for number 14, Drew Clement. It's going to be a free kick for the Great Danes. Another look at the foul here as it's Drew Clement on number 10, Giuliano Luca. See what the Great Danes can do here as we approach the 40th minute in the later stages of the first half. Whipped in, flicked on, handled by Hutt. That was Desjardins who flicked it on, number 26. Nikolai Desjardins for UAlbany. Here's Jacob Lee, number 27, going 1-on-2. He's got Physicality and Desjardins all over him. Army with the ball here down on the near side, trying to get a goal down a man. Army with 10 men, again by a red card committed by number 17, freshman midfielder Jack Meyer from Southlake, Texas, in about the 25th minute or so on a challenge that, lucky it didn't injure number 4, Lucas Watt, who was playing left back. Whipped in on the corner, dangerous ball, and it's clear. Nice play by Physicality. Great Danes trying to get a counter. It's up the left side. Caleb Valance. Might get Valance for offsides. And the linesman has the flag up. Offsides for the freshman number 8, Caleb Valance. Jack Eaton with the clear downfield, flicked on, out of bounds, goal kick for Shafiq Wilson, who is number 1 for the Great Danes. Wears number 1, fittingly number 1 in the America East in save percentage. Over to number 5, Sam Phillip. Try to see if the Great Danes can take advantage of now being about 17 minutes with being a man up. Army's doing a nice job defensively so far. Can clearly see them tracking back when the Great Danes have possession, only really keeping one guy forward. Sometimes two, Jacob Lee, number 27, and Joey Hickson, number 15. Horvat threaded through, almost a nice pass to get a chance on goal for Giuliano Luca. There's Shafiq Wilson, finds Horvat. Space down the left. That pass intended for number 21, Andrew Weiner. UAlbany has it on the left side. That one deflected. And it is going to be a corner kick for the UAlbany Great Danes. Ball was out on Ryan Clement. A long sweeping corner kick. Phillip heads it. Chance. Referee blows it. Potential chance for UAlbany on this corner kick. Another look. Sam Phillip heads it forward. That was Ryan Palmbaum, number 15, who had a chance in front. And Sam Phillip, again, number 5 with the captain's armband for the Great Danes. Andrew Weiner, nice pass. Space is Ryan Palmbaum. On the right side, number 15, going to showcase his speed. Almost a goal on the bottom left corner. That would have been something. One-on-one on the right side. Jacob Lee was there, the forward defending, and that shot did not miss the bottom left corner by much. Here's another look. Inches away on the left side as Ryan Palmbaum put a little move on and tried to shoot at bottom corner. Number 15 for the Great Danes, the junior forward from Rockland, California.
1 minute remaining.
Final minute of the first half. We're in minute number 44. Number 24, Eric Luskin. That one's blocked. In pursuit is Andrew Weiner. Jacob Lee trying to save it. I was going to say somehow does. Official didn't think so. Lee showcasing a lot of speed. He's filling in for Gage Guerra up top. Physicality into Scotus. Scotus down the right side. Andrew Weiner tried to win it. Palmbaum, Desjardins there. Palmbaum with it. Lee And they're going to get palm bomb there. Tomas Hutt going to slowly walk up to this goal kick. And there's your first half, as it is scoreless between the Army Black Knights and the UAlbany Great Danes. 0-0 at halftime, and we'll be back the second half here between the UAlbany Great Danes and the Army Black Knights on ESPN Plus here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium on the campus of the University at Albany. And what has been what was an entertaining first half, to say the least, albeit with it still being tied at 0. Army started with the second half kick, and we're back underway. Possessed up front, that's number 7, Tefsa Casway for Army. UAlbany with possession. There's Lucas Watt, still with that yellow card, number 4, the left back. Pass over to the left, Lucas Watt. Over to Saad Faze, number 11. Faze is dangerous in open space. Army's got to be careful, especially down a man. Nice job cleared by number 4, Jack Eaton. Cleared down the left, Lucas Watt, number 4 with it. Great Danes with possession. Swung in. Shot attempted, blocked by Saad Faze. Already making an impact. One of the impact players, both number 11. Again, it was Gage Guerra for Army, number 11 at Saad Faze for UAlbany. Faze will take the corner just 2 minutes into the second half here, 0-0 in a non-conference game. Faze sends it in. Knocked down. Pantelli, and that's out of bounds. Quickly with that ball, goes out of bounds. I'd like to remind everybody, America East is one of the most comprehensive and broad-based Division I athletics conferences in the country. Its member institutions' approach to building and sustaining their athletics programs has led to a rich athletic history and great success in recent years, as evidenced through multiple individual national championships, deep NCAA championship runs, including Final Four appearances by teams in several sports, as well as the greatest upset in men's college basketball history by UMBC in 2018 over Virginia. Learn more at AmericaEast.com. Possessed by number 3 for the Great Danes, Tiago Diaz. Did not start the first half. He is in the second half. Scored a goal here against Bryant. Last time home for the Great Danes here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium. There's number 17, Pantelli. Swings it to Saad Faze. Well rested after coming out midway through that first half. Diaz over to Sam Phillip. Very good partnership when these two are paired together at center back. And that ball intended for Saad Faze. He can't get it. Army with it now. Number 3, Nick Atkinson. Atkinson down the right. Guerra in pursuit. Tiago Diaz with a header away. Saad Faze with it. Lucas Watt over to Tiago Diaz. Diaz over to Sam Phillip. Again, Army down to 10 men with a red card in the 25th minute by number 17, Jack Meyer. Watt was streaking down the left side. Diaz didn't like it. He goes back to Sam Phillip instead. Over to the right side. Battle for it. Dangerous ball passed back. They're going to get a foul here on the captain for Army, number 2, DeAnthony Brown, the senior, playing left back tonight for the Black Knights. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot if you're Army, especially down a man. Can you mark? Not going to be able to. All of the Great Danes players in this box. Will someone be left free? Saad Faze, the lefty, gets some good whip on the ball when he curls it in here. Does it again. Good ball. Nobody on the receiving end. Just got over number 21, Andrew Wiener's head. Turn around. Ball kicked. Player down for Army. Play is stopped as Army's attempting to counter. Player down in front of the net for the Black Knights. I believe that's number 8, Coleman Kim, and it is. Looked like the ball got in the way. Swinging leg by the Great Danes. One of their forwards got Coleman Kim. Will look like the chest area. As Brian Plotkin looks on for Army. Trying to make sure his guy's okay. Kim is up. It appears to be good. As we're just about 5 minutes underway here in the second half in a 0-0 game. Good sportsmanship there is no ill will. Coleman Kim, obviously it was an accident. Kim's okay. And it looks like they're going to have Coleman Kim come off. Kim is off, and now in is number 14, Drew Clement. We're back underway. Header flicked on. Clement already with a touch. That one's out on number 6, Cooper Warren. It'll be a Great Danes throw. Lucas Watt will take.
For number 8, Coleman Kim, number 14, Drew Clement. Once again, Army sub Clement for Kim in the 50th minute.
There's Gage Guerra showing off his physicality. Neophytus Scotus, that pass is back. Andrew Wiener with some heavy pursuit on Jack Eaton. And a nice job by Wiener to force a throw-in and a turnover by the Great Danes. Eaton pretty much had no choice. Hits Olitis. Getting pretty comfortable with these long throws. Good one into the box. Headed up by Faze. Headed again. That's Wiener. Possessing down, looking for Faze. Cleared away. Thiago Diaz scored one of the Great Danes' 3 goals in their last home contest. Great Danes have not scored a goal since the 70th minute of their win over Bryant, as they're coming off a 0-0 draw. Obviously looking to change that. Still have not conceded a goal since September 20th at Rhode Island. Great Danes are hosting New Hampshire on Friday, hosting Colgate a week from today on Tuesday, at NGIT on October 22nd, and at UMass Lowell for October 28th. As Army has a chance in the box, pass across blocked. That was number 7, Atef Sikazwe. Dangerous pass across goal, nice clear. That was Sam Phillip, I believe, who got his foot on that one. 52nd minute here on ESPN+. Michael Johnson Jr. here with you. Army UAlbany scoreless, 0-0. This game has started to open up. Army down a man. A red card by Jack Meyer in the first half. Nice pass up, intended for Wiener, doesn't get there. Jack Eaton to Nick Atkinson. Atkinson over to Sikazwe. 1v3. Nice move by Drew Clement, who came in for Coleman Kim, who was banged up on a play earlier in the box. Atkinson back to Eaton. Running header. Lucas Watton, there's no call. Cooper Warren, nice control in the midfield. Sikazwe. It's been a problem so far in his second half down the right side to contain. Over to number 6, Cooper Warren. Swings it to the left side. Stolen, that is still number 27, Jacob Lee, still in. Made an impact when he got subbed on midway through the first half, and he's got Gage Guerra up there with him, who's got 7 goals and 2 assists this season so far. One of the major reasons Army's 3-1-1 in the Patriot League. Both head coaches, Brian Plotkin in his second year with Army and Trevor Gorman in his 12th year with the Great Danes of UAlbany, have to like what they see defensively from both sides. Offensively, obviously, haven't had too many chances. Ryan Palmbaum, probably the closest to scoring. Missed a shot on the right side. That was attempted for the bottom left corner, missed the post by a matter of inches. Closest chance anyone's had to scoring so far. Free kick for Army. It'll be taken by number 16, Dylan Mitchener, who was busy, the sophomore defender playing center back tonight from Cornelius, North Carolina. Mitchener down the left-hand side. Cleared by Phillip. Dominic Bauman heads it forward. Both teams not really holding on to possession too long to start this second half. Back to Tomas Hutt, pursued by Andrew Weiner. Hutt has no choice but to clear it. Lucas Watt throw into Tiago Diaz. Over to Sam Phillip. And Pizzolidis, the right back. Dominic Bauman. Over to Watts. Bauman to Watt, little back and forth. Sakazwe in pursuit. Nice pass up the left to side Faze. Nick Atkinson defending him. Faze makes a move on Atkinson. Block, good defense from Atkinson. Faze wins a corner that he is going to take as we are now 10 minutes into the first half. Minute number 55. Nick Atkinson, number 3, with a tough assignment guarding side Faze one-on-one. Same could be said on the flip side for number 11, Gage Guerra. Both guys, the impact players. Very tough to guard one-on-one. Faze delivers. It's a header on target. Almost on target. Misses to the right of the goal. And that was Andrew Weiner, number 21. The junior forward has really made an impact when he's been subbed on in these last 2 home games for the Great Danes. Flashy forward since coming in for Jackson Finn. Cleared up. Over, misses Pantelli. Headed away, it was Scotus. Watt, that goes sky high. Probably not what he was intending. Bounces around. That might have gotten a shove. They did. Official calls it. Obviously, UAlbany and the fans not liking that call. But Army's going to have a free kick. It's Dylan Mitchener, number 16. Clears it down the left-hand side. Too far. For Jacob Lee, number 27, and Shafiq Wilson, number 1. In goal for the Great Danes, per usual. He's had a nice 2022 season. Very nice. In fact, he's first in America East save percentage. Coming into tonight's game. UAlbany really going to try to start, and you almost have to start generating some possessions because you can really start to see the spacing as Army is down a man for the rest of the game. They've been down a man essentially the last 65 minutes of this game. Throw in, long one, Pizzolidis. Headed forward, now back. Free kick for Army. Long clear for Tomas Hutt. Looked like it was off of Dominic Bauman, and Army's going to have a throw in as they're slowly inching forward. Boy, what a momentum shifter this would be. And there's Bauman, number 13, midfielder from Germany. Graduate transfer. What a momentum shift or swing this would be if Army could get a goal down a man and put the pressure on UAlbany here. Shafiq Wilson will have a goal kick in minute number 58 here on ESPN+. That was swung in by number 7, Atef Sakazwe. Pantelli. Senior midfielder from Cyprus. Pantelli, number 17. Pass over Thiago Diaz. Diaz trying to get it to Lucas Watt. It's too far. Diaz visibly frustrated. He's going to want that one back just out of the way and too far out of reach for Lucas Watt, number 4 for the Great Danes. Throw in. Bauman has it. Sakazwe passed around up to the left, where it's DeAnthony Brown. That ball is taken away. Dominic Bauman. Pitsalidis. And here comes Gage Guerra. Chance to counter for the Black Knights. Guerra still going. And a nice defensive play by Sam Phillip. One-on-one with Gage Guerra. Not easy to do. Sakazwe, and it's going to be Pitsalidis who will throw it in. Not before a substitution by the UAlbany Great Danes. And it's going to be number 6, Elias Ellen, junior midfielder from Kalmar, Sweden. Ellen enters the game. Number 6 for the Great Danes. Watt over to side phase. Army's doing a nice job defending. And again,
number 6, Elias Elin.
Ellen in for Scotus. Scotus played a solid 60 minutes tonight, if that's it for him. 30 minutes to play in a scoreless contest between Army and UAlbany. First of 3 straight home games here for the Great Danes. Again, UAlbany is 2-0-2 at home this season, has yet to lose in 4 games. Army is 2-1-3, has only lost once on the road. Will that change as we enter minute 61? Nick Atkinson. We got a substitution for Army, as Atef Sakazwe will come off, and number 10, Sam Epitome, will come in again, the senior forward from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Epitome into the game now. That's number 11, Gage Guerra. Good defense, forcing the pass out of bounds where Shafiq Wilson is for a goal kick.
Epitome for Sakazwe in the 61st minute.
Here comes number 15, Joey Hickson.
For number 11, Gage Guerra,
coming in for Gage Guerra, you'll have Joey Hickson, again, the junior forward from Orchard Lake, Michigan. Brian Plotkin must have liked what he saw in the first half as Hickson was active. Thiago Diaz, a long ball to the right side. He was looking for side phase. Here is Lucas Watt. Intended for number 9, Paulo Lino, the junior forward from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Paulo Lino working on the left side. Phase looks to be moved back on the right-hand side, and Andrew Weiner is the center forward or striker position, with Bauman, Ellen in the midfield. Tomas Hutt to clear it. Over to number 9, Lino on the left-hand side. Pursued. Nice job getting the ball out. Good pass. Back to Lucas Watt. Pantelli with it. And he has Joey Hickson behind him. Thiago Diaz. Sam Phillip. Back to Thiago Diaz. Diaz, it's blocked, but back. He gives it to Pantelis. Pantelli. Pantelli looking for phase. Nice job by Lino to get up and win that header ball. Still clear. Bauman got to try and win it. Waits for Lee to jump wisely as Bauman clears to the right side. Blocked, and that looks like it's going to hurt number 10, Sam Epitome. He might have taken that one off the chest. As a little stop play to see if Epitome is all right. It was chest or head area as he blocked Pitsalides' cross. It would look like that might have been right off the head of Sam Epitome as he's still down. Hard to tell from that angle. Epitome shaken up. Hope he's okay. As UAlbany believe we'll have a corner kick or it's a throw all the way in the corner. Side phase going over. Epitome walking off. Great Danes corner coming up. Side phase to take. Minute 64, or just shy of it, here on ESPN+. Official coming over.
Substitution for number 10, Sam Epitome, is number 11, Gage Guerra. Guerra in for Epitome in the 64th minute.
Phase. Whips it in. Believe that was Tiago Diaz who got his head on it. Paulo Lino was there as well, number 9, and lots of substitutions coming in. Another look. So the header's wide to the left. Got a lot of guys coming in for the Great Danes. Jackson Finn, one of them, number 14. Might have been a triple substitution by Trevor Gorman. At least 2. Jackson Finn back into the game, though, since midway through the first half. Ball headed forward. Headed by Bauman. Shafiq Wilson. To Tiago Diaz. Sam Phillip with it. Up to Elias Ellen. Back to Tiago Diaz, pursued by Joey Hickson of Army.
Number 14, Jackson Finn. Number 7, Jeff Thielman. Number 15, Ryan Palmball.
Elias Ellen.
And number 10, Giuliano Luca.
Giuliano Luca. Jackson Finn, among others, into the game. Ryan Palmbaum, I believe, as well.
Army substitution for number 11, Gage Guerra. Number 10, Sam Epitome.
Header on the back. Wanted a foul. Lucas Watt over Jackson Finn, who can almost win every header with his 6'3" stature. Ellen back to Tiago Diaz. Sam Phillip to Tiago Diaz. Diaz, that is a turnover to Sam Epitome. Epitome with a nice move on Dominic Bauman. To the middle, outstretched. Number 27, Jacob Lee, back to the middle. Epitome makes a move too far. And this is going to be a penalty. And it's Tiago Diaz, number 3, who fouled Epitome. Another look here. Jacob Lee with the ball in. Epitome with a move. And Diaz with the foul. Diaz is the one who turned it over on this possession to Epitome before. And this is a major chance for Army. Major chance. Down a man. Received a red card in the 25th minute. The first half of this game. And you've got Shafiq Wilson in net. Arguably the best goalie, certainly in save percentage, to try and save it from Sam Epitome, the senior forward from New Jersey. Epitome to take, Wilson in net, 66 minutes in. Here we go, with a chance to break the tie, Sam Epitome on the official's whistle. Epitome to take. The run up, and it's just past Shafiq Wilson into the bottom left part of the net. 1-0 Army as they have 10 men, and it's Sam Epitome who was fouled by Tiago Diaz, number 3 in the box. And now the Great Danes are down 1-0 with 24 minutes to go. Wilson guessed right, just missed, and too much force and power from Sam Epitome into the bottom left corner. A nice penalty. Well done, and the Army Black Knights have the lead here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium. And boy, you know Trevor Gorman's going to be getting after his guys to try and put some pressure on, be aggressive, as Army has come out in this second half, made some nice adjustments and leads 21 minutes into the second half. See what UAlbany does. Sam Phillip, Tiago Diaz, over to Elias Allen. Sam Phillip. Phillip looking for Lucas Watt. Deep ball to the left. The ball might have been out of bounds. And with that quick stoppage, I'd like to remind everybody to engage and stay connected with America East by following the conference's official social media channels across all platforms. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok by searching America East Conference. Download the brand new America East app at your app store to check out live and on-demand video, as well as get the latest news, scores, and stats. Minute 67. The Army Black Knights are leading this game 1-0 on a turnover and then foul by Tiago Diaz that resulted in a penalty scored by Sam Epitome, number 10, who drew the penalty, and it is 1-0 Army. Again, Army playing with 10 men because of a red card by number 17, Jack Meyer. Foul called by the official. It will go to UAlbany. Clock continuing to move. Great Danes have had limited possession since Army's had to drop back by being down a man. Sam Phillip, Elias Allen, Lucas Watt, who has a yellow card for the Great Danes, the only other card in this game. Sam Phillip to Giuliano Luca. Jackson Finn goes to the right for Palmbaum, flicks it on. That's intended for Pizzolittis. That goes out of bounds. Army ball. And the game is definitely going to slow down for Army with the lead, speed up for the Great Danes as they are trailing in this non-conference game. That is the first goal given up since the month of September. September 20th, over 3 weeks ago at Rhode Island by the Great Danes defense. They've been that solid. Sam Phillip, you're starting to really see some space and speed now. Jeff Thielman, number 7, down the left side. Gives it off to number 10, Giuliano Luca. Luca into the box. Intended for Jackson Finn. Palmbaum trying to settle. Now you're seeing the Great Danes with a little extra aggressiveness, a little extra pep in their step here as the minutes continue to approach 90. Phillip over to Tiago Diaz. Sam Phillip, right side. George Pizzolittis. That ball's out for a Great Danes throw, and you assume Pizzolittis will do a long throw in to the box. Pizzolittis. Jackson Finn, that header's blocked by DeAnthony Brown, the captain. Going 1-on-2, he gets it out. Great Danes trying to tie this game up and continue their 4-match unbeaten streak at home. DeAnthony Brown doing a nice job in this corner. Swarmed by UAlbany. Gets it out. Great Danes still have it. Not anymore as it's cleared. Incidental contact, no foul as the Great Danes wanted it. Lucas Watt thought he was bumped. It was incidental. Tiago Diaz over to Sam Phillip. Phillip out of bounds. Rare miscue from Phillip. Actually, a very accurate passer. Good with the long balls as well. Substitution for Army as Joey Hickson comes off, number 15. And look who that is. Number 11, Gage Guerra back on. Sophomore forward from Houston, Texas. One of the impact players in this game. And there he goes. Right as he gets subbed in. Goes 1-on-2 and gets it to the corners. We're a little bit under 20 minutes to go here in this game. Guerra, that one goes out of bounds over the net. It's going to be a goal kick for Shafiq Wilson. Another substitution made by Brian Plotkin in Army. As number 14, Drew Clement will come off. And it's going to be number 8, Coleman Kim, who was banged up in the first 5 minutes. He rests for 15 or so, and he's back, the midfielder number 8 for Army.
Army sub for number 14, Drew Clement, number 8.
Dominic Bauman with space on the left side.
In for Clement.
Bauman over to Lucas Watt, number 4. Watt curling ball in. Is it going to drop behind Mitchener? It won't. Mitchener, Dylan Mitchener, and Jack Eaton, the 2 center backs, 16 and 4. They've been busy. DeAnthony Brown, number 2, the left back. Nick Atkinson, number 3, the right back. You've seen those 4 consistently in. They have now played over 71 minutes. They're doing a nice job keeping the Great Danes off the scoreboard right now. Jackson Finn over to Sam Phillip. Phillip to the right side for George Pizzolidis. Phillip, Pizzolidis. Look at the pressure from Army, down a man, forcing UAlbany to change their game plan here. Mid-possession. Dominic Bauman. Nice move on Jacob Lee. Bauman still going over to Lucas Watt. Watt whips it in, flicked on, Finn missed it. Still a chance for the Great Danes. It's Elias Allen. Allen wins it. Pass across goal, it's not there. Cleared. Was it enough? No, it's going to be out on Army. Did not go high enough to get the arm or the hand. Probably the best chance of the second half of the Great Danes right there. We take another look here on ESPN+. Sam Phillip with the pass across goal. It was not Al, excuse me. And Jeff Thielman, number 7, is on the far side. High corner. In the air still. Tomas Hutt. Miscued. And here we go. UAlbany does not like the stoppage, and Elias Allen, number 6, thought he had a chance to turn around. Tomas Hutt mishandled the ball in its box. And Allen gets a yellow card. No surprise there, as official wants to make it clear he's not allowed to talk back. Visibly frustrated. But it was a chance, nonetheless, for the Great Danes. Another look again. Allen's thinking he can lay it off to Sam Phillip, and yeah, screaming in the hand gestures is going to warrant a yellow card there by the official. So Allen has booked second yellow card along with Lucas Watt for the Great Danes, and here we go. Ryan Palmbaum going about 1-on-4, as now the Great Danes wanted a handball, not there. Jacob Lee, almost enough. Nice job by Dominic Bauman tracking back. There's Thiago Diaz to Lucas Watt. Over to Sam Phillip. Phillip intercepted by Sam Epitome, who has the goal. There's a frustration foul. And it's on Sam Phillip, number 5. Will he get a card? It does not appear so yet. No. Phillip fouls Epitome. 74 minutes in, 16 to play here. That time in Marquesas Stadium. There's another look at the foul by Sam Phillip from that angle. It looks like he might have been lucky to not receive a yellow card. Aggressive challenge on Sam Epitome, who scored the penalty kick in the 66th minute of this game. It's the only goal. Thiago Diaz. Elias Allen. Swings it to Thiago Diaz. Jacob Lee pursues, then backs off. Lucas Watt. Frustration, kicks it out of bounds. It's gonna be an Army throw. Just about 15 minutes to go in this game. Long clear. Ooh. Cooper Warren came in hot with Giuliano Luca right there. Free kick for the Great Danes. And a chance over the crossbar. That did not miss by much. We'll get another look here on our ESPN Plus replay. What a goal that would have been for number 10, Giuliano Luca. Not quite a bicycle kick, but turning, awkward kick. That did not go over the crossbar by much. You can tell UAlbany is pushing and pursuing for a goal here against Army. 14 minutes or so to go. Army clearly on the defensive.
UAlbany sub number 11, Saad Faze for number 7, Jeff Thielman.
Saad Faze in for Jeff Thielman. Thielman did a nice job filling in, but Faze obviously a wicked speedster, very good off the ball. Shafiq Wilson receives. The aggressiveness is there for the Great Danes. The goal's not to show for it. Credit to Army and their defense. They've done a terrific job keeping the Great Danes out and still being able to pursue and attack being down a man for the last 50-plus minutes of this game here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium. Non-conference game. Army Black Knights, UAlbany Great Danes. Michael Johnson Jr. here with you on ESPN Plus. That one's out of bounds. And you're seeing a tactic by UAlbany, which honestly would waste time for them, throw the ball away from Army. Substitution for the Black Knights of Army. It's going to be number 7 coming back in at Aidstaf. Sakazwe will enter the game. And you can clearly tell, at least a little bit, the run is not as quick as it was earlier in the game when it was 0-0. As Jacob Lee comes off. He added himself a nice game, if that's it. Jacob Lee, speedy forward. Caused some problems, and that's helped create some chances for Army in this game. Here's Saad Faze. And that is going to be an obvious foul. Faze could receive a card here as he fouls number 8, Coleman Kim. He does not. And the official to see how chippy this game gets in the final 12 minutes here. Header. Wide away. Jackson Finn being man-marked by Jack Eaton, not allowing him to go anywhere. Long ball by Faze. And DeAnthony Brown clears it. DeAnthony Brown, the left back, number 2. Nick Atkinson, the right back, number 3. Jack Eaton, the center back, number 4. Dylan Mitchener, the center back, number 16, all doing a great job. Finn pursuing Tomas Hutt, who clears it ahead. Phillip. It's going to be a UAlbany throw. UAlbany obviously wasting no time, trailing 1-0 as they're man up in this game. Dominic Bauman. Sam Phillip. Taking his space. Phillip with a risky pass. And Giuliano Luca doesn't seem to think he was the one who fouled Coleman Kim, but he's called for it anyway. Army ball, free kick, 79th minute. Another look at the replay here on ESPN Plus. Yeah, that warrants a foul. Luca's reaction. Obviously saying no to the official. Official saw it all the way. That ball headed out and now out off the corner flag. Shafiq Wilson wasting no time. Goal kick. Here come the Great Danes again. And the official stops it. We got Sam Phillip down. Center back number 5 from New Zealand for the Great Danes. Little over 10 minutes to go. Great Danes in the last 13 minutes have had a lot of offensive opportunities since Sam Epitome scored the penalty shot to give the Army Black Knights a 1-0 lead. Here's the replay. Looks to be... that's Giuliano Luca. Phillip on his way off the field. Appears to be okay. Walking a little gingerly. And we are back underway. Great Danes wasting no time. Down the right side, Ryan Palmbaum. Up to Andrew Weiner now into the game, number 21.
UAlbany substitution for number 5, Sam Phillip. Number 21, Andrew Weiner.
Weiner comes on.
Weiner in for Phillip in the 79th minute.
Oh, that's a rare miscue from Saad Faze. Goes out of bounds off his foot, had time and space, was able to maybe get Dominic Bauman down the left. Frustrated with himself. 10 minutes to go, minute number 80. Army leads 1-0. Down the sideline, Tiago Diaz turning, that's Lucas Watt, goes out of bounds. Army, it'll be Nick Atkinson with another throw-in. Headed back and forth. There's Gage Guerra. Sam Epitome, the goal scorer. And referees right there, no foul called. Saad Faze, no wrongdoing. Great Danes are gonna need something and something quick here. Cleared to Saad Faze. Again, rare miscue by number 11, Saad Faze from Morocco, the sophomore. Off his left foot again. Faze flicked. Giuliano Luca. Andrew Weiner. Loses control, there's Epitome. Gage Guerra going down the right side. Elias Allen is there. Guerra has it. And that is going to be out on Guerra. He doesn't think so. Shafiq Wilson is wasting no time, as he should, on these free kicks. Lucas Watt in the middle. Jackson Finn, number 14, the freshman. Dominic Bauman. Oh, the nutmeg. The crowd loves it on Sam Epitome. Will it lead to something? It will not, just too far. On a pass intended for Jackson Finn. Minute 82, 82nd minute, 8 minutes to go. On ESPN Plus, Army leads UAlbany 1-0 on a penalty. Scored in the 66th minute, converted by number 10, Sam Epitome. Foul was committed by number 3, Tiago Diaz, on the penalty. And Tomas Hutt clears it. Ball bounces. Guerra, that's up to Sakazwe. Getting around Pizzolita's nice defensive block. Shafiq Wilson is there. Sakazwe showcasing his speed. Army's got some speed up front. Lucas Watt. Chipped up to the right, miscommunication. Army gets it. It goes back to UAlbany. Great Danes running out of time to try and equalize. Over to the left. Saad Faze gonna whip it in. Look at the curl on that, and Jackson Finn went up for it with almost the bottom of his cleat with the spikes. Didn't get it. Tomas Hutt will control. Hasn't had to do much, but his presence has been there for Army. The sophomore keeper, number 0. And here comes pretty much as obvious as a yellow card as you're going to get, as Jackson Finn went up and got the ball with his hand. So the official has no choice but to give Finn a yellow card. Tomas Hutt. What this does is, there's another look. Finn did have his back turned, another look. Still gets his hand now. Gets a yellow card. Finn gets it, a nice play. Chance for a counter for the Great Danes. It's going to be Finn down the left side. Is it enough? It's just too far. Just too far. Substitution for the Army Black Knights.
UAlbany yellow card, number 14, Jackson Finn.
Sakazwe comes off.
Yellow card, number 14.
He'll make way for number 27, Jacob Lee. Lee now back into the game to finish off these last 6 minutes. 84th minute, throw in by Nick Atkinson for Army. Headed down by Coleman Kim, excuse me. Jacob Lee subbed in, number 27.
Army sub for number 7, Atif Sakazwe. Number 27, Jacob
And a
Lee.
turnover and a chance to counter. It's Jacob Lee.
In for Sakazwe.
Lee, nice move. Nice move, nice defensive play, though, by Lucas Watt. He's brought down, no call, side phase. They're going to stop play and give a yellow card to Jacob Lee, number 27. Yanked down Lucas Watt. Start to wonder when it becomes desperation mode for the Great Danes to get a goal. You would think we'll be right about now with about 5.5 minutes to go here tonight on ESPN+. Long ball delivered to Jackson Finn. Side phase controls. Down the left side, crosses deep. Flicked on. Jacob Lee to pursue. That was DeAnthony Brown, the captain, who flicked it on. Lee hooking it forwards. Almost a really nice pass to get a counterattack going. Coleman Kim.
Number 27, Jacob Lee in the 84th minute.
Kim still with it.
Number 27, Jacob Lee, yellow card in the 84th minute.
Andrew Weiner, no foul called, and a chance for the Great Danes with 5 to go. Chance for counter, it's side face. He's got Luca in the middle. Sorry, that's Dominic Bauman, number 13. Bauman sends it in. Here's Giuliano Luca, he has it. Shot with his left near post. Wide, and it will be a goal kick for Tomas Hutt. Number 10, Giuliano Luca, the senior midfielder from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Misfires near post. It was a good shot from what he had in front of him. And a chance headed. Bauman. Coleman Kim. Kim. And that looked like a challenge that hurt. As back up is Lucas Watt. Surprised the official didn't call it. Played advantage. Side phase. He's got Atkinson all over him. Phase wins a corner. 4 minutes to go, 86th minute. The intensity, the crowd picking up here at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium on the campus of the University at Albany. UAlbany trailing Army 1-0. Sent in. A chance for Diaz. It's blocked. That definitely had a chance to get through if that wasn't blocked. Looked like Tomas Hutt's line of sight was blocked. Shafiq Wilson is standing at midfield, the goalie for UAlbany. Another chance here quick. Diaz, as the corner is sent in. Long header over Andrew Weiner. Diaz, it's deflected. Headed clear. Pizzolita's totally misfired. Dominic Bauman has to settle. Bauman chips it forward. Nothing there. Sam Epitome, the goal scorer 21 minutes ago. Under 3 minutes to go. Headed forward. Fortunately, Shafiq Wilson's there. Gage Garrett was there trying to look for his 8th goal on the year. Diago Diaz. And that is intercepted. not the turnover. UAlbany needs to try and maintain possession. They get it back. It's Shafiq Wilson. 2.5 to go. The minutes ticking down, the seconds ticking down. Here for the Great Danes. Long ball to the left. It's Saad Faze. Nice pass. But it's a turnover. Faze with a frustration bump on Nick Atkinson, not called. Watt to Faze. Luca, corner. 2 minutes to go, minute 88 on the corner. Blocked by Jack Eaton. Boy, has he had a game, the junior center back, number 4. He and Mitchen are putting their bodies on the line. Corner sent in. A chance. Ball's in the air. That's Lucas Watt trying to get it. Heads forward. Minute 30. Army has the lead. UAlbany may have 1 or 2 more cracks at it, as Army has defended for 63 minutes, down a man. Defending for their lives, if you will, here at the end. Here's Epitome, the goal scorer, and you can tell Army is going to be trying to waste time. Tiago Diaz, it's to Army. We got a minute to go. 89th minute. Will UAlbany get another chance to score? Headed out. Army's going to try and waste time here. UAlbany's got to hope for something to get the ball up. Army not, rushing. Why would they? Up 1-0. Nick Atkinson to the corner. Great Danes have about 30 seconds or so here. One last possession. Thrown in by Diaz, over to Shafiq Wilson. Pursuit by Gage Guerra. Not much there. Nice job getting it to the middle. Down the left, too far for Saad Faze. Approaching the final whistle. Nick Atkinson is going to throw it down the right sideline. Tiago Diaz clears forward. Andrew Winter, and that's it. As the Army Black Knights win it by a score of 1-0 on a 66th minute penalty by Sam Epitome. Army will improve to 6-3-3 overall. The Great Danes will fall to 3-6-3 overall. As again, the final here on ESPN Plus, 1-0. As I'm Michael Johnson Jr. saying so long from Bob Ford Field at Tom and Mary Casey Stadium on the campus of UAlbany, where the